The 7th round of the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine, co-organised by ACI Sport and Alpine and certified by the FIA, once again sees a big lineup with 33 drivers from 19 different nations ready to go racing around the Red Bull Ring. After a 7-week break, there had been some changes to the lineup. Mexican driver Jose Garfias joins Monolight Racing, and we also welcome back reigning champion Gianluca Petikov, who joins KIC Motorsport. The Brazilian, who made his FIA Formula 2 debut earlier this season, commented that this is the most competitive grid he has ever participated in. Leading the championship after 6 rounds is ART's Gregor Saucy, who carries a clear 60-point advantage over the rest of the field, with 7 wins already to his name this season. Hadrian David for RHGP is the best of the rest with 129 points, with his teammate Zay Maloney sitting in 3rd on 124 points. 4th and 1st of the rookies is the Italian Gabriele Mini for ART Grand Prix, who has 109 points, with the rookie showing impressive consistency in his first season out of F4. However, he finds himself in a close fight for the rookie title with fellow F4 graduate Isaac Hajar for RHGP in 5th on 101 points. The pair have been in a class of their own when it comes to the rookie standings, with Murray Boyer of Van Amersfoort Racing down in 13th with 29 points. After the collective tests on Thursday and free practice on Friday, Saucy looked like the driver to beat, going quickest in both sessions, with Michael Beloff of G4 Racing in 2nd. However, in Saturday morning's qualifying session, everything would change as the Argentinian driver Franco Colapinto goes quickest to take his first pole position, setting a 1 minute 25.4 second lap time. Having had a difficult season so far, it was just the confidence boost the MP Motorsport driver needed. That gives him pole position for race 1, with David once again missing out on pole by less than a 1/10 of a second to gain a front row start. On his debut at the circuit, it was a strong result, demonstrating his ability to learn circuits quickly. Prema's Paul Aron found the form back he'd shown earlier this season and in recent years at this circuit, with 2 wins in F4 to go 3rd. However, the spotlight was perhaps stolen by Gabriel Bortoletto of FA Racing, who put in a tremendous performance to get his best result of the season, with 4th, along with being the top rookie. And on row 3 for race 1, we would have Arden Motorsports' Alex Quinn back to his usual self, and a slightly out of position Saucy, who had given himself a bit of work to do in the race. As the first race of the weekend begins, Colapinto manages to keep the lead ahead of Hadrian David despite a lacklustre start. Behind, Aron comes under threat from Quinn, who makes a fast start, with Saucy passing Bortoletto, who shows signs of nerves in unfamiliar territory. Behind, William Alatalo, Belov, Hajar and Mini round out the top 10. 7 weeks since we last went racing, but we are go for round number 7, race number 1, and the race uphill is already on. Colapinto to the left of screen there, David to the right as they make their way through the first turn. Alex Quinn trying to go round the outside of Paul Aron. That's Isaac Hajar, who was gone wide at the first corner. Goethe going wide, Baron Angeli, Axel Noss, all 4 of them going wide there, but everyone's still running. All 33 cars still in this race as we make our way uphill towards the heavy braking zone at turn number 3. And Quinn there in the all-red Arden car trying to go around the outside of Paul Aron. Aron defends. Hajar goes wide again. Goethe in the orange and blue car going wide. And there's been a problem for Tommy Smith. Tommy Smith to the right of screen there in the all-red has had a problem. He's gone off. But meanwhile, out front, Saucy is diving down the inside there in the white ART to the inside of Quinn, but can't get through. Colapinto is away and clear out front. David trying to go with him. Bula is off. Well, that's going to be potentially what happened down at turn 3. We'll get to that in just a second, but I feel a safety car is imminent here in the first race, because that car of Tommy Smith is going absolutely nowhere, and indeed the safety car has been deployed. Well, a great start from the leaders, but unfortunate drama lower down the order, and it seems a couple of prisoners at least have been taken. Let's dissect what's happened then. So we're looking for the all-red JD Motorsport car of Tommy Smith. Let's find out. There's a lot of locking up going. Oh, there we go. Well, there's a lot of locking up, a lot of drivers going wide, but I think Bula was the one who locked up there and went into Tommy Smith. This replay isn't really going to show us much. This is just going to show us all the drivers running wide and kind of the end result of the incident. This replay, though, this might show us exactly what's happened. So, Lena Bula in the white and black R-Race GP car to the bottom right of screen. Here she comes. And it looks like cold brakes, cold tyres. She's locked up. And she's gone into Tommy Smith and Jose Garfias as well, who's gone round. He's managed to get going again, but it looks like on the first lap at turn 3, sadly, we have lost Tommy Smith from the race. And along with that, we have also lost Lena Bula from the race. At the restart, Colin Pinto immediately manages to gain a gap from David, while behind them, the positions remain unchanged. As the battles begin to heat up behind, Maloney shows his experience passing both Mini and Hadjar in quick succession to move himself up to 9th and into the points. Beganovic being run wide there, and Belov is through as they make their way downhill. We can see in the background, it looks like more battling going on. Alatalo trying to go around the outside, but behind that looks like Maloney now trying to go all the way around the outside of his teammate Isaac Hadjar. A great restart from Zane Maloney, and he is now up into 9th place. So a change in the top 10 there. Maloney going through into 9th. In the background, that looks like Mini trying to close in on these two as well. Just behind them is Beganovic in the 17, who we said had gone wide a little earlier, as we now come up towards the final 2 corners. Good restart after the safety car from Colapinto. He's breaking away from David here. Behind that is Aaron, and we now take a look at Bortoletto there, who's just run a little bit wide, but he's putting pressure on our championship leader, Saucy. The 16-year-old rookie there going head-to-head with the championship leader, the 21-year-old Swiss driver. And Bortoletto to the left of screen is going to chuck one down the inside in towards the first corner. There's almost contact, but Saucy holds on. Well, what a drive this is from Bortoletto. His best qualifying, and so far in this race, this has been his best drive of the season. Outside of the points, the battling is still tight with David Vidales, Pietro Deligawanti, Patrick Pasma and Oliver Goethe entertaining the crowd. Despite his inexperience, Goethe would put a great move on the more experienced Pasma, going around the outside to take 16th. So that should change for 12th place then, with Boyer getting past Beganovic. And look at this in the background. We can see Vidales is under all sorts of pressure here. Deligawanti in the all-black colours there. But going round the outside is Goethe there in the blue and orange. He's going round the outside of Pasma here. Can he hold on? The rookie trying to get this move done as they come up and towards turn number 6 now. And Goethe is going to chuck one down the inside. Pasma trying to hold him round the outside. But that is move complete for Oliver Goethe. Fantastic driving from the MP Motorsport driver. He's just got himself now up into 16th place. Up ahead, his teammate doing his best to try and break away. We can see Belov is now trying to chase down the likes of Saucy and Bortoletto, who are still fighting away for that 5th place. But as they come across the line once more, the gap has been reduced. Hadrian David now just half a second behind Franco Colapinto, who's going to be feeling the pressure as we come out of the first corner now and down towards turn number 3. Meanwhile, back at the front, Colapinto sets the fastest lap, giving him some breathing space over David. That leaves the Frenchman vulnerable, and Aaron tries to take advantage, but the Estonian is unable to pass David, who puts up a stern defence. The advantage swinging back in the favour of Colapinto now, who is increasing his lead. It's up to over 0.6 of a second now as they make their way downhill and through turn 9. The man who looks to be getting on the move is Paul Aron there in 3rd place. It looks like he's closing them down. Alex Quinn sittering in the firing line there in 4th place as well. But let's get the lap times as they come across the line for you. And as they come across the line, it looks like Paul Aron has just set the fastest lap of the race. So Aron now closing down David, and he could be in the tow here and in position to make a move as they come up towards turn number 3 once more. Colapinto has now been given some breathing space. David feeling the pressure from Aaron behind, who's in the tow. The Mercedes junior driver trying to get a move as they come up towards turn number 3. He's going to pull slightly closer under braking. In the background, Boyer trying to make a move as he's looking left and right on Mini, but behind that, that's Vidales diving down the inside of Beganovic. The two Prema teammates going side by side there. Beganovic running wide as they now come down towards turn number 4. A great late lunge there from Vidales to get himself down the inside of his teammate. Boyer trying to make a move on Mini behind. but in the background that is going to be move complete and a change for 13th, with Vidales getting past Beganovic. As the leaders settle down once more, further back, Boyer continues his climb up the order, passing Mini with a fantastic pass to get himself closer to the points. Meanwhile, Goethe is continuing his great drive with another move around the outside, this time on Deligoanti, but the Monolite driver is not having any of it, forcing Goethe to go 2 wheels off the circuit. And there a defensive move there from Mini, but he's run wide in the process, and Boyer is now through. Well, it's taken him 6 or 7 goes at that, but Boyer is now into 11th place and is staring at a point just ahead of him. But in the background, not for the first time today, it looks like Goethe is going to try and move around the outside. This time it's on Deligoanti. Goethe there trying to hold on. Oh no, but he's hit the gravel there, and Goethe is now going to be vulnerable because Pasma's just behind. Pasma trying to get down the inside here in towards turn number 6, but Goethe, he likes being on the outside. He's going to be there once more, and Goethe going wheel to wheel here with the Finn as they come in towards turn number 7 now, and Goethe holding all the way on round the outside, and Goethe keeps position. Well, he had to fight very, very hard to do it, but Goethe, in trying to go forwards in the end, has to fight very, very hard to hold on to 16th place. Great driving there from Goethe. Let's have a look at the initial move that he tried on Deligoanti. He's on the outside. He's trying to make the move, but Deligoanti says, no, you don't. And Goethe runs into the gravel. Of the leaders, Belov is the only one who can put a move in since the restart and passes Bortoletto with a late lunge at turn 3. Belov diving down the inside here of Bortoletto as they go in towards turn number 3. The Brazilian having to run over the curb on the outside, and he's going to be ahead on track as they come down towards turn number 4. But it's going to be Belov to the left-hand side of your screen who has the inside line. As we come down towards turn 4, hit the brakes. We've seen moves being done around the outside here, but the Russian is going to go through, and he is into 6th place. Great driving there. He put a lot of pressure on the rookie, and finally Bortoletto has broken, Bortoletto trying to fight back there into turn 6, but Belov has held on and he goes into 6th place. Next for him is championship leader Sorsi. In the first lap incident, Alexandre Bardignon of FA Racing had picked up suspension damage, which eventually puts him out of the race as he comes to a stop at turn 9, bringing out the safety car for a second time. And with just over 2 minutes to go, the race would end behind it. In the end, it is Colapinto who gets his first victory and a first for the MP Motorsport team. David and Aaron round out the top 3 with Quinn, Sorsi, Belov and Bortoletto rounding out the top 7, who takes his first rookie win of the season. Completing the top 10 is Alatalo, Maloney and Hajar. However, the latter is later penalised by 2 positions due to gaining an advantage off track, which promotes Boyer up to 10th and into the points. Since then, he's been in the points 3 times. That included a podium at Zandvoort, where he finished 2nd. But he's going to go one better this time. The MP Motorsport driver comes out of the final corner, and Franco Colapinto wins race number 1 here at the Red Bull Ring, to follow in the footsteps of Oliver Rowland, who won here for MP Motorsport back in 2013. Another fantastic performance from Hadrian David in 2nd place, who takes his 7th podium of the season, finishing in 3rd place, coming back after the summer break, refreshed, recharged. The Prema driver Paul Aron back where he belongs on the podium. And how about a shout out for Gabriel Bortoletto, who finishes 7th to take his first rookie win of the year.
Yeah, it was a difficult race, really long with some safety cars. My start was not so good, that was the main thing. But then obviously I managed to keep in front. The car was really good, as I said, after qualifying. The pace of the car was really strong since the beginning of the weekend, since we put it on track. The team did a magnificent job to give me a really competitive car to be at the front. So yeah, obviously really happy, proud of the team, proud of all the effort that they have done during the last few races, and finally it's paying off. with some really positive results. So obviously really happy. Tomorrow there is still some work to do, so obviously focus on that as well, and yeah, getting another few more trophies during the rest of the season.
Yes, honestly, starting from P2 I was quite happy with qualifying. I got a good start and I thought I could attack Franco on the first few laps. I was faster, but there is no much slipstream on this track. We should have a DRS to overtake. But yeah, otherwise the pace was very good and I'm very happy with the work done today. Yes, honestly, I'm quite happy with the work done with the team as well. Yesterday I was struggling with the P11 in free practice, and I think today we did a good qualifying. So hopefully we can improve tomorrow, and let's get pole position.
Yeah, very good improvement from Spa. Since Paul Ricard, we've been doing a step up every race weekend, so we have done another step. Hopefully we can find some more pace for tomorrow, but I think the step we did for today was quite good. We are back in the points, and if we keep going like this, I feel like we will be back at the top.
Thank you very much. Thanks to everyone who supported me to this weekend. This weekend was the best of the year so far. I'm happy to be the best of the rookies, and I hope tomorrow in the race too we can do a good job as well. For sure, there is also margin to improve, but this is one of the tracks that I most like it. It's a mix of everything, you know. You have big brakes, you have fast corners and everything. Then I think it's a track that I adapt myself really well. And it's one of my favorite tracks.
As we got underway for qualifying on Sunday morning, there may have been a slight change in conditions with fog descending on the track, but there would be no change in who was in charge, with Colapinto repeating his success of Saturday to take pole position. Once again, the Argentinian left it until the final lap before snatching pole, with Sorcy going much better, finishing second, just 0.05 of a second from pole. A dream weekend continues for Bortoleto, who improves on his Saturday performance to take third, whilst Belov, after some impressive overtakes on Saturday, left himself with less work to do on Sunday, finishing fourth. Rounding out the top five is David, who was further back than he probably would have liked, given his excellent performance on Saturday. Maloney is another to improve overnight, taking sixth, with teammate Hajar also improving to finish in seventh, making him the second of the rookies. Boyer would have achieved an excellent improvement with 8th place compared to the 12th on Saturday, but his time was cancelled for exceeding track limits at turn 9, leaving him 13th. That moves Deligowanti to 8th, matching his best result in qualifying from Paul Ricard, and leaving him in a great position to score his first points of the season. Finally, rounding out the top 10 is the Arden pairing of Quinn and Alatalo, who are just fractions away from a top 5 finish in what was another very close run session. Overall, the top 22 drivers were split by under a second, proving Petikov's earlier point and highlighting this as arguably the most competitive junior series in single-seater racing. As the lights go out for race 2, Colapinto makes a strong start from pole, with Sorcy remaining second, while behind them David and Belov collide at turn 1 after the pair found themselves 3 wide with Maloney, who made a lightning start. With David briefly airborne, he and Belov are forced to retire immediately, with both picking up heavy damage, whilst Maloney escapes unscathed in what goes down as a racing incident. This brings out the safety car, and after 5 minutes the race is restarted, with Colapinto taking advantage of the action behind to immediately gain an advantage over Sorcy. Behind, the order remains mostly unchanged, with Bortoleto, Maloney, Hajar, Deligowanti, Dino Beganovic, Alatalo, Quinn and Mini in that order. Further back, Ido Cohen overtakes Pasma for 18th position, while Emilio Pescia of DR Formula goes off into the gravel, ending his race. As we enter the second half of the race, the battle between the two teammates, Maloney and Hajar, is heating up, with the latter trying to snatch 4th position from the Barban driver. In his attempt, the Frenchman goes wide, losing time to Maloney. Shortly after, Vidales attacks Mini for 10th and takes it to finally get himself back into the points. It would be a well-earned point, with Mini making several attempts to repass the Spaniard. There is also a nice battle between two other teammates in Alatalo and Quinn, with the Brit repeatedly attacking his teammate, but he runs wide in frustration, leaving a gap to the Finn. As the checkered flag gets closer, Saucy ups his pace and starts to close down Colapinto, but the Argentine makes no mistakes, and it is Colapinto who crosses the finish line in first, in front of Saucy and extraordinary Bortoleto, who is first of the rookies, with Maloney fourth after holding off Hajar throughout the race, who has to settle for fifth place. In sixth is an impressive Beganovic, with Daligoanti bagging his first points of the season in seventh, followed by Alatalo in eighth, Quinn in ninth and Vidales 10th. However, the final results of race 2 would be changed a few days later, meaning the championship leader, Gregor Saucy, will be classified as the winner. After checking all of the videos of the track and the onboard cameras of all 33 cars in the race, the stewards confirmed that several drivers had not respected track limits on various occasions and have therefore applied penalties post-race. In addition, some extra penalties were applied to 2 drivers for overtaking under yellow flags. The final results of race 2 have thus changed, with Franco Colapinto among those given a 10-second penalty for not respecting track limits, dropping him to 4th in race 2. That leaves Saucy, Gabriel Bortoleto and Zane Maloney as the podium finishers, with Bortoleto taking the rookie win. 4th is Colapinto, with Pietro Deligoanti getting a sensational 5th. Isaac Hajar is 6th, followed by David Vidales, Alex Quinn, Francesco Pizzi scoring his first points in 9th, and Patrick Pasma 10th. So at the completion of round 7, Saucy is still in complete command of the championship on 224 points, with David second on 147 points. Just 6 points back in third is Maloney on 141, and next is Hajar, Mini and Aron, who are all tied on 109 points, with Hajar classified as lead rookie. Quinn is 7th with 96 points, Alatalo 8th with 77, Colapinto 9th with 73, and Vidales 10th with 58 points. In the team classification, RHGP are just ahead of ART Grand Prix, who have 360 points and 356 points respectively, and almost 200 points back in third is Prema Power Team. That's all for round 7. We will be back for round 8 on the 25th and 26th of September at Valencia. We'll see you there.